Players can verbally agree to deals, can't sign any new deals until July 8th. Chris Broussard is here. And so, Chris, a lot of people think Chicago now has emerged as the front runner. And, of course, this changes almost by the hour for the services of LeBron James, to the point there were actually reports over the weekend that a package deal for James and Chris Bosh was something of a done deal. What could, at this point, keep James from going to Chicago?
Well, it's certainly not a done deal. That was just more speculation around the league, which has been going on for weeks. But clearly, the Chicago Bulls have a great shot at landing LeBron, but they have to close the deal. This is a team that doesn't have a great reputation as an organization. You remember Dwayne Wade questioned their loyalty a few weeks ago. Jerry Reinsdorf has not been known as an owner who's willing to spend a lot of money. So when they meet with LeBron, he's got to show LeBron, look, I'm willing to spend over the next several years to get you not only one championship, but multiple championships. Because, look, LeBron can say, if you sign me and hypothetically Chris Bosh, Derrick Rose will be up in a few years. Will you pay him the max if he deserves it and bring him back? Joakim Noah, will you pay him the $10 or $11 million a year that he's going to warrant to keep us together over the long haul, not just next year and the year after that? Tom Thibodeau, also a first-year coach, great assistant, but hasn't yet done anything as a head coach. So what philosophies will he have to sit down with LeBron James and say, this is how we'll play with you and Derrick Rose? So they still have to close the deal.
Interesting, because we hear so many cities now as possible destinations, but for most of this passion play for the last 2 years, it's been the Knicks. That LeBron James would be leaving to go to New York. Haven't really heard that of late. In fact, we now had reported by you that the Knicks are actually going to sit down with Joe Johnson and his representation 9:01 p.m. in Los Angeles Wednesday night. Of course, it is the same. So what does it all mean, as they also say they want to meet with Amari Stoudemire before they get to James? What does this mean for their pursuit of James?
It doesn't mean they've given up hope of landing LeBron. You know, they've done this now for 2 years. They've come this far by faith, and they're going to keep doing it until LeBron's name is on the dotted line with another team. But they need a plan B. And if you can sign Joe Johnson and Amari Stoudemire, bring them to New York to play for Mike D'Antoni, who they both played for in Phoenix and really shined for him, then that's a pretty good plan B. Also, they feel like if they can get one of those guys to commit to them before they meet with LeBron, now you can go to LeBron and say, look, we've got Joe Johnson ready to play here if you come along. You know, next year Eddie Curry's contract expires. We're going to go after Carmelo Anthony or another free agent who's out there. This is our plan, LeBron, and our owner, James Dolan, will spend. You know that, to put the guys around you over the long haul. So that's what the Knicks are hoping to do. They have not given up on LeBron.
So you have teams like the Bulls. You have teams like the Knicks, like the Nets, with all the salary cap room right now to go out and get a guy like LeBron James. Now, here come the whispers of teams that we didn't think we were going to see or hear much from here. Mark Cuban in Dallas. No salary cap room there, but how might they and he become players for James's services?
Well, Cuban has always wanted to go after LeBron. He's never said, I'm totally out of this because we don't have cap space. He's got a good relationship with LeBron and with members of his inner circle. But what and I do believe after LeBron meets with the teams with cap space, that at the very least he'll listen to a pitch from Mark Cuban. What Cuban has to do, though, is convince LeBron to go to the Cavs and say, look, I want to go to Dallas in a sign and trade so you can get something for me. And Dallas could then put together a nice little package. I mean, you could offer Caron Butler, who's a good small forward, can help in the transition next year. Then his salary expires after next season. That's $10, $11 million off the cap. Eric Dampier, $13 million contract, non-guaranteed. That would help the Cavs financially. And Roddy Beaubois, point guard, young guy, could be the next Tony Parker, really played well in the playoffs. It's somewhat of a dream, but that's how Dallas is going to go at it and say, look, you come play with Dirk, you come play with your buddy Jason Kidd, we can win it, LeBron. And I'll tell you what, LeBron does like Dallas.
Let's face it, as you said about the Knicks, faith. That's what all the teams have
far by faith.
Right now. We've only got a couple of days left. He's our preacher, Chris Broussard.